is here, not so many yet. The topic is music and Agnihotra, the effect of sound, vibration and resonance on our environment. As I said yesterday, for many people it may be surprising to see music and science in one sentence, but still modern science has found some relation. And now first I want to concentrate on environment, then tell about Agnihotra homotherapy, and then how these things combine. Environment is one of the biggest issues of modern mankind. Just remember the news a couple of weeks ago about Delhi air pollution. It's so bad. Delhi was the worst polluted city in the world, worse than Chinese cities even. And that puts a lot of pressure on health of people. Many poor people have to go to hospitals, and also many people die in India. 500,000 people die because of air pollution alone, not pollution, but just air pollution. And here you see a map where deaths due to pollution are marked. And you see India is one of the worst countries. It means that more than approximately 20 to 27, that approximately one quarter of all deaths are related to pollution. So what can we do against pollution? That is Agnihotra homotherapy. Agnihotra is the basic fire of homotherapy. You perform it in a small copper vessel of this size and shape, exactly this size and shape. You use dried cow dung, no other dung, cow ghee, some rice. Important is that in the ancient Vedic knowledge from which Agnihotra comes, it is said that at the time of sunrise there is a flood of subtle energies which carry a subtle music. And the mantra which we utter at that time is the quintessential sound of that music. Therefore we have kind of resonance effect, and this leads to all the effects of Agnihotra. Here you see the mantras. In the morning, Suryaya Svaha, Suryaya Idam Namama, Prajapataye Svaha, Prajapataye Idam Namama. In the evening, Agnaye Svaha, Agnaye Idam Namama, Prajapataye Svaha, Prajapataye Idam Namama. What's the effect on our environment? Let's see first effect on air. You see at the left side, that is the bacteria in air were captured in a petri dish and then cultured. Left side you see before Agnihotra, right side you see after Agnihotra. Very clear that the biological pollution drastically comes down after Agnihotra. That was a report of air quality. The particulate matter also goes down, as well as SOx, NOx. Effect on water, that was a bore well in Australia. If water, they found water, but it was very alkaline and high salinity. After they performed Agnihotra, added Agnihotra to the bore well, and everything went back to normal. This was an experiment done in Bombay with industrial effluent. The water was very poisonous. It killed all fish, all aquatic life. But after Agnihotra ash, a little bit of Agnihotra ash, just half a gram, aquatic life was possible again, and also COD improved. That was the effect of Agnihotra ash on river pollution. You see at the left side how bad it was. They added Agnihotra ash. It was a scientist from Poland, and within a couple of days, water got clear. Another experiment which actually Dr. Shailendra Sharma did at the Narmada near Maheshwar, they collected water samples, determined water quality, and you see here the water quality in all the places are worse than that in Maheshwar, where we have a homotherapy center. That is the second last column. There the water quality was best in all the different categories. Better than before and better than downstream. Effect on soil. Soil health is so important for agriculture and for all our survival, but soil health goes down by practices of modern agriculture a lot. With Agnihotra it comes back. For example, soil microbes improve. Beneficial soil microbes, they prosper, and detrimental soil microbes, they are kept in control. This was sodic soil in east of India between Lucknow and Kanpur, and they did 3 plots, one normal conventional agriculture, chemical farming, one organic farming, and one organic farming plus Agnihotra ash. And you see the pH, which was originally 9.86 with organic farming, came down to 9.06, but with Agnihotra ash it came down to 7.67 in just one season. So you see, with Agnihotra and Agnihotra ash you can improve the soil. And that was sodic soil. Now in one place in Poland we had acidic soil, and the same thing happened. So it was, if pH is too high, it comes down. If it's too low, it comes up. And here you see with this acidic soil, within 1-2 seasons, everything grew there. Nobody thought it possible at all. Biodiversity is a big problem of environment also. And now we know that so many species, flora, fauna, are reduced with all the problems. Here you see, that was again done by Shailendra Sharma, that at the homotherapy center, you have much more biodiversity than in other places nearby. It was all along the Narmada River. And there's butterflies, again the same thing, how many butterflies you found. Effect on human health, just one example, Bhopal, you remember the big catastrophe in Bhopal where this chemical factory exploded, and thousands of people died, but nobody in the families where they practiced Agnihotra was affected. So what is the science behind it, and how does that relate to sound or to music? I want to report one experiment we did about the energy field of Agnihotra. That is quite interesting. Because we saw that if you, for example, add Agnihotra ash to water, it gets purified. If you perform Agnihotra next to water, it gets purified. But then we kept water in a bottle, closed the bottle, and still water got purified, although there was no effect of ash, no effect of the Agnihotra fumes. So we thought it must be some kind of energy which comes from Agnihotra towards the water. So we wanted to determine which kind of energy it is. So we did one thing. We did an experiment where we kept some of the water bottles. You see at the right side, these were the water bottles. At the left side, you see metal containers. So we kept the same bottles, we kept in these metal containers, and then kept the water there for 5 days. We took water from the Narmada River, and some bottles we kept in the lab from the beginning, and the others we kept here in Agnihotra room, where we were performing Agnihotra regularly morning, evening, for 5 days, and then all these bottles were brought to the lab. This is just the arrangement, how we did. At the right side, you see the bottles without metal container, and at the left side with the metal container. And you see, just look at the last column. The water quality improved, coliform bacteria were reduced by approximately 68 to 7%. And the interesting thing is that it did not really matter whether these bottles were kept in a metal container or not. So it did not really matter whether the bottles were kept in a metal container or not. And a metal container absorbs all electromagnetic radiation. Means if water still gets purified, although it is kept in a metal container, that it cannot be electromagnetic radiation which is responsible for the effect of Agnihotra. So it must be some kind of other energy. But which kind? And one possibility is sound. So sound may be the key to understand how Agnihotra works, the effect of Agnihotra on water. And we already heard that there's a subtle music coming from the sun at the time of Agnihotra, at the sunrise. And also we know that the flame, any flame, produces sound. And we perform Agnihotra, we sing the Agnihotra mantras, so there's an effect of these mantras on the flame also. Also we know that sound has an effect on the growth of plants. Even we know that sound has an effect of amino acids, and amino acids are the building blocks of proteins. Proteins, our body consists to say 20% of proteins. So that is so that means our body will be affected a lot also if there is some sound, because the proteins in our body are affected. And then what about the water? You know, because our body mainly consists of water, and sound also has an effect on water. And another study which we recently did, again together with Dr. Shailendra Sharma, was a very simple experiment. We took distilled water, pure water, and we kept one bottle in an Agnihotra environment, Agnihotra place in Mahesha, and the other bottle we kept at the lab for 5 days. It was pure water, distilled water. After 5 days, you know, the bottle from the Agnihotra room went back to the lab also, and to both bottles we added some bacteria. And then same quantity, same bacteria. And then we saw that the bottle which with the water, the bottle which was kept in Agnihotra room, the bacterial growth was much less than in the other bottle. That means somehow the water must have been changed, because chemical analysis can't change. It is just H2O. Something must have been changed. So maybe the sound of Agnihotra may have affected the water, may have made some change. Some people say if you produce some sound, the angle in molecules can change. You know, you have 2 O molecules, 1 H molecule, 2 oxygen, 1 hydrogen. So they say the angle changes, and that has a different effect then. So that may explain why bacteria do not grow so well in this water which was kept in Agnihotra atmosphere. So that is a possible explanation on what happens, and that shows that sound really has a profound effect. And of course, if we think that our body, if sound has such a tremendous effect on water, our body consists to say 70-75% of water. So all our cells in the body are affected by Agnihotra and by sound. Still, there is a lot of research to be done in order to understand these things more in detail, but it is fascinating, interesting research, and you all who have some scientific background are very much invited to join these efforts. I'm sorry, I had to really cut things very short. 20 minutes is very, very little time, but you know, this is the main instrument method of homotherapy, this Agnihotra which you perform at sunrise, sunset. It has a profound effect on you, your mind, and on all environment. And this method is all based on sound, vibration, and resonance. You can look at the web pages and find more information. And if you're interested to join this effort of research, you're very much welcome. Thank you.